Number 10.
Unlike most of the other ice users in anime, Evangeline has had centuries to perfect her craft. An immortal, Evangeline has spent her years traveling between Earth and Mars battling and defeating threats to humanity and immortals. Among his spells is Crystalline Basilia, which is her own version of Magia Arabia.
Number 9. Death has access to a weapon known as Demon's Extract, which lets her control ice. Death has the power to freeze large areas in a matter of seconds, even freezing thousands of soldiers once she trained with her ability for a time. What makes Death so terrifying is her ability to freeze time itself, though this is something that saps a lot of her powers. Number 8. Hitsugaya often comes off looking less impressive because he's constantly thrown against a main threat in the series. But what's been confirmed is that Hitsugaya possesses the most powerful ice Zanpakuto in the world. Hyarinmaru has a variety of techniques that, paired with Hitsugaya's intelligence, makes him incredibly dangerous. Number 7. Rukia's introduction to the Bleach world is more about comedy than showing off how awesome she is. She spends so much time not showing off her fighting talents that it's easy to forget she's one of the most powerful fighters in the series. Her sword, Sodi no Shirayuki, uses a shurikai that lowers her body temperature to below freezing temperatures. With that ability, she can freeze almost anything that touches it. She's also got access to the more powerful form, White Haze Punishment, which allows her to reach absolute zero and encase anything within range in ice, causing it to crumble away afterward. Number 6. Todoroki Shoto was born to surpass all other heroes and become the number one hero in the world, and the next symbol of peace. The child of flame wielder Enji Todoroki and the ice user Rei, Shoto has control over ice and fire alike, but his distaste for his father holds him back from wielding his flame powers and caused him to excel in the usage of his ice powers. Number 5. Princess Snow is partially responsible for forming Team MA with Diary Cesar, as she was asked to create an army to defeat the chess pieces. Surprisingly, Snow had a great record in the war games while relying on her variety of ice and water-based arm weapons. Number 4. Lion Vastia is one of two mages trained in ice make magic by the master ice make magician, UR. Lion can create ice forms of moving creatures with his abilities. They've shown him making everything from panthers to massive snow dragons with his powers. Number 3. Akiji was once a member of the Marine Admirals, some of the most powerful fighters the Marines had to offer. Wielder of the Chili Chili fruit, Akiji has complete control over ice. He can transform himself into ice at will, but he can also freeze any of his enemies as well, shattering their bodies with a single hit. Despite embracing lazy justice, he's someone no one wants to get into it with, because letting one's guard down can result in an instant loss. Number 2. Gray belongs near the top of any discussion when it's time to talk about ice wielders. His limitation is he can only use his ice make abilities to create static objects, but he's also defeated literally every other ice user in his universe with this power. Gray has even managed to defeat ice mages that can freeze ice magic itself. No, it doesn't make sense, but that's anime. Number 1. Known as the Freezing Alchemist, Isaac McDougall possessed control over water and ice-based alchemy in general. Disgusted with the way his government handled the Ishval Civil War, he did everything he could during Brotherhood to try and bring down his own country's government. With his powers, he was capable of fighting evenly with Roy Mustang and manipulating the water in someone's body. He could freeze someone entirely through this, which made him an impressive threat.